The door was open when Clara woke up. She noticed it before she noticed anything else, before the pale morning light or the distant sound of traffic below her apartment. The front door stood a few inches ajar, the chain loose, the lock untouched. It was not wide open, just enough to suggest intention. She lay still in bed, listening. Nothing moved. Her apartment was small and orderly. Clara kept it that way because disorder made her anxious in a way she never fully explained to anyone. Every night before sleeping, she checked the door. Lock, chain, handle. It was a ritual so practiced it barely required thought. She knew she had locked it. She sat up slowly, heart steady but alert, and slipped her feet onto the cold floor. No footsteps, no voices, no sign that someone had been there. Still, the open door felt like a sentence left unfinished. She crossed the room and stood in front of it. The hallway beyond was empty. The building was old, the kind where sounds carried easily, but there had been no noise during the night. No break, no force. Clara closed the door and locked it again, carefully, deliberately. The click of the bolt sounded too loud. She told herself there had to be a simple explanation. Maybe she had been tired. Maybe she had forgotten. The mind filled gaps when it wanted to protect itself. By the time she left for work, the unease had settled into something dull and manageable. She checked the door twice before leaving, then once more after stepping into the hall. Locked. That evening, when she returned, the door was open again. This time, it was wider. Clara stopped at the threshold, grocery bag slipping slightly from her hand. Her pulse quickened, sharp and sudden. She scanned the hallway. No one. The neighbor across the hall had their television on. Laughter spilled faintly through the walls. She pushed the door open fully and stepped inside. Nothing was missing. Nothing was disturbed. Her shoes were still lined up neatly by the wall. The picture frames were straight. The air smelled the same. It was as though the apartment had been waiting. She closed the door and stood there longer than necessary, listening to her own breathing. That night, she barely slept. She dreamed of standing in a room full of doors, all slightly open, each one leading to the same empty hallway. Every time she tried to close one, another creaked open behind her. In the morning, she checked her phone. A message from her sister. "Did you come by last night?" Clara frowned and typed back quickly. "No." "Why?" The response came a minute later. "Someone knocked on my door around midnight. When I opened it, no one was there. But my door was unlocked this morning. I swear I locked it." Clara stared at the screen. "Probably nothing," she typed, then deleted it. "That's strange," she sent instead. At work, she found it hard to focus. She replayed the small details in her mind. The angle of the door, the quiet, the way everything remained untouched. Break-ins left traces. This did not feel like a break-in. That afternoon, she mentioned it to her coworker, James, over coffee. "Maybe you sleepwalk," he said lightly. "People do things they don't remember." "I've never sleepwalked," Clara replied. "Doesn't mean you couldn't start." The explanation felt thin, but it was something. She clung to it because the alternative felt worse. That night, she set up her phone to record the entryway before going to bed. The camera angle was awkward, but it captured the door clearly. She checked the lock, the chain, the handle. Locked. She lay awake for a long time, listening for sounds that never came. In the morning, the door was closed. Relief washed through her, slow and cautious. She checked the recording immediately. The video showed nothing unusual. Hours passed in seconds. The door remained still, locked, silent. She exhaled and laughed quietly at herself. Then she noticed the time gap. Between 2:13 a.m. and 2:46 a.m., the video skipped. No error message. No corruption. Just missing time. Clara's stomach tightened. She scrolled back and forth. The phone had not died. The battery was fine. The storage had space. There was no reason for the recording to jump. She went to work unsettled but functional, convincing herself it was a technical glitch. That evening, she returned home to find the door closed, but unlocked. The chain hung loose. Inside, something was different. Her living room chair has shifted slightly, angled toward the door. It was a small change, but it felt deliberate, like someone had sat there, or waited. Clara stood in the doorway, heart pounding now, fear no longer subtle. "Hello," she called. Her voice sounded thin in the space. No answer. She stepped inside and locked the door behind her, then checked every room. The bathroom, the bedroom, the closet. Nothing. Still, the sense of presence did not leave. Her phone buzzed. A message from her sister again. The neighbor downstairs says her door was open this morning. She doesn't remember leaving it that way either. Clara sank onto the edge of the couch. It was not just her. Over the next few days, the pattern spread quietly. Conversations in elevators, half-joking remarks in hallways. Someone forgot to lock their door. Someone else found it open. No signs of theft. No signs of entry. Management sent out an email reminding residents to be careful, to double-check locks, to report suspicious behavior. No one reported anything suspicious. Clara began locking her door and placing a chair beneath the handle at night. It made her feel foolish, but she slept better for it. Mostly. On the fourth night, she woke to the sound of breathing. Not loud, not close, just enough to know it was not her own. Her eyes opened slowly. The door was open, and someone was standing just beyond it, in the hallway, facing her apartment. They did not step inside. They did not move at all. They simply stood there, as if waiting for her to remember something she had forgotten. Clara could not scream. She could not move. The figure tilted its head slightly, as though listening. Then, calmly, it reached out and pushed the door wider. Clara's body obeyed before her mind did. She sat up abruptly, breath tearing from her chest, and the image vanished. The hallway outside her bedroom was empty. The front door was closed, locked. The chair still wedged beneath the handle, exactly where she had placed it. Her hands shook as she pressed them against the mattress. A dream, she told herself. A stressed dream shaped by fear and repetition. The brain borrowed familiar details and rearranged them into threat. Still, sleep did not return. At dawn, she checked the door again. No sign of tampering, no scratches, no movement. Yet the feeling lingered, clinging to her like a damp coat she could not remove. She called in sick to work and spent the morning searching for explanations. Sleepwalking forums, security camera glitches, shared anxiety, group paranoia. The internet offered theories generously, but none settled her unease. By noon, she had 3 missed calls from her sister. When Clara finally answered, the relief in her sister's voice was immediate. "Thank God," she said. "I thought something happened." "Did it?" Clara asked. There was a pause. "I don't know, but the building manager came by. He says the complaints are increasing." "Complaints about doors?" "About memory," her sister replied. "People are arguing about who locked what. Couples accusing each other. Neighbors swearing someone used their spare key." Clara closed her eyes. "Did anyone see anything?" she asked. "No," her sister said. "That's the strange part. No one ever sees anyone. Just the doors." That evening, Clara attended the meeting management hastily organized in the lobby. The turnout surprised her. Nearly half the building showed up. People stood too close, spoke too quickly, laughed at the wrong moments. The manager cleared his throat and repeated the same assurances. No signs of forced entry, no pattern of theft, no security footage showing intruders. "Then what is it?" someone demanded. He hesitated. "We believe it may be stress-related or environmental. Old buildings can create confusion." A woman near the back shook her head. "My husband and I checked our door together. Twice. It was open in the morning." Murmurs followed. Clara noticed something then. The way people spoke about the doors sounded personal, almost defensive, as if each open door accused them of something. After the meeting, James approached her. "You look exhausted," he said. "Do you think we're imagining this?" she asked. He considered the question carefully. "I think something's happening. I just don't think it's what we think it is." That night, Clara did not use the chair. Instead, she placed tape across the door frame, thin and nearly invisible, stretching from door to wall. If the door opened, the tape would tear. She slept lightly, waking often. At 3:17 a.m., she heard the sound again. Not footsteps. A soft click. Her eyes snapped open. She did not move. She did not breathe. The silence thickened, heavy and deliberate. Then came the sound of tape tearing. Slowly, carefully. Clara's heart pounded so loudly she was sure it would give her away. She stared at the bedroom doorway, waiting for movement. None came. Minutes passed. Then more. Finally, she forced herself to stand. The living room light was off. Moonlight spilled faintly across the floor. The tape lay torn on the ground. The door stood open. No one was there. She locked it again and sat on the couch until morning, lights blazing, back against the wall. By the next day, the building felt different. Quieter. Conversations stopped when she entered a room. Neighbors avoided eye contact. Something unspoken passed between them. That afternoon, an elderly man on the 3rd floor was found wandering the stairwell, confused and barefoot. He insisted he had gone to bed with his door locked. That night, Clara's sister called, crying. "I don't remember locking my door anymore," she said. "I know I did. I always do. But now when I think about it, the memory feels thin, like it belongs to someone else." Clara felt a cold realization settle in. It was not just the doors. It was the certainty attached to them. She began writing things down. Times, actions, notes to herself. Locked door at 10:42 p.m. Tape intact. Chair in place. Each morning, she checked her notes. One entry appeared that she did not remember writing. You opened it. The handwriting was hers. Her stomach dropped. That evening, she stayed awake deliberately, lights on, sitting directly across from the door. Midnight passed. Then 1. Then 2. At 2:13 a.m., the air shifted. Not a sound. A pressure. As if the space itself leaned forward. Her hand moved. Clara felt it move. Felt her fingers curl around the lock. "No," she whispered. Her body ignored her. With calm precision, she unlocked the door. Removed the chain. Opened it just enough. The hallway stood empty. Relief surged through her, brief and fragile. Then she understood. It was not about someone coming in. It was about being invited. A presence filled the doorway. Not a figure. Not a shape. Something quieter. Older. It pressed against her awareness, not her body. Images flooded her mind. Doors opening across the building. Across the city. Across places where people believed in routine, in memory, in certainty. The presence did not force entry. It waited for permission. And people gave it willingly, mistaking the action for habit. When Clara woke in the morning, the door was closed. Locked. Her notes were gone. Down the hall, voices rose in confusion as neighbors discovered open doors, forgotten actions, missing certainty. Clara stood still, staring at the handle. She understood now why no one remembered leaving the door open. Because the choice felt like theirs. And because once the door had been opened enough times, it no longer needed to be.